Hey, so just thinking about the concept of anger and anger management and just people being angry overall and how that works. How I want to explain how I perceive it, right? Because we all have our own perception of what anger is, but to me the moment of the moments of the breakdown of the moment of anger, screaming and arguing is like that moment the chair broke. So what I mean by that is there are the moment the chair crashes and breaks is the moment, it's like the final damage point. However, there are, from the moment it's purchased and the moment every time somebody sits, those are all moments of slight fractions or fractions to the chair that cause eventually the final breaking point. So when there's that moment of anger, that moment is the final stress point, which causes the final breakdown in communication, where there is that anger. And that anger is pure emotion. There is no logical concept. There is no thinking. There are words maybe coming, but that may be relevant to what the person is feeling, but what the person is feeling is not being expressed usually well through the words because there's too much emotion, so there cannot be rational words. And I find when a person is like that, I shut down because obviously you can't say anything because the person is just screaming, and you screaming at them makes no sense. And in my bringing up, my mom has a reaction where she will actually go silent and she will not say anything for days. So I think when a person starts yelling at me, I might go silent because I don't know. I think they're crazy, temporarily insane. That's my take on it. They have temporarily lost their mind. And now I don't know how they will behave. So I shut down and I separate from that situation. That's my reaction. And then when a person yells, that's when a person my mom shuts down. She won't say anything. But she does also have moments when she yells. And when a person starts yelling, then I feel threatened and in danger. And I also don't know what to say other than I try to face the person because I don't know if they're going to start beating me. Because that's also my experience, that I've been beaten a lot. And to me, anger and beating and all that is kind of like a meltdown or a blackout, or the person doesn't necessarily know what they're doing. It's like something takes over their body like a demon. And then they just have this reaction. So I don't like when people get angry. And I don't know how to react and be around people when they are arguing or screaming at me. I literally just feel really uncomfortable and I just shut down at that very moment. And then when they calm down, I would like to have a discussion about what happened, but usually at that point that person is still angry because it's like an adrenaline rush that they just had. It's like excitement to them. And to me, it's a I gotta get the fuck out of here situation. This is I'm in danger situation. And those are the kind of people I try to avoid fully on. If you can't have a calm conversation and break things down with me and have that moment then to discuss it regularly, systematically, throughout a day, throughout weeks and days, if we're in a relationship or when we are in a relationship, then I don't want to have to experience, because then I'm thinking everything's okay and I don't understand this breaking point, because I'm fine and I'll try to express things as best I can, because I always think about communication. This is my third language, and so communication is a process, is a goal. Clear, open, honest communication is a goal, and it is a process towards which I always thrive and try to reach, but it is not always, "Ooh, I've accomplished it. Okay, I'm done." No, it's a constant work of art. It's a constant process. So basically, when there is the moment of anger, I don't think there is a cohesiveness between the mind, the words, and your heart. So what I do as an empath, I don't listen to what the person's saying, because I don't think what they're saying has anything to do with what they're feeling. They're just saying things that their brain is not functioning, so they're just using words, but they're not really expressing. So I go into their heart and I feel that they feel angry and that they feel bad, because I will feel that inside my heart. I will feel that, and it feels really bad. Sometimes there's also like a physical, visceral feeling, as in not only inside of you, like with my mom specifically, because I'm used to her anger. It is kind of like everything's fine, everything's like airy feeling, and then if I say something or do something or she's angry, it's more like, poof, you're in a bubble of jello. And it's like this thickness in the air that I feel that's really intense. Like everything was fine, and then all of a sudden there is fucking jello all around you, and you're just in the middle of jello. The whole house is jello. It's as if somebody had, it's like the other way of saying is like a skunk had a fart, and now you're in a bubble of a fart. But there's no smell to it that I like. Sometimes I have these other outer sensory things, and sometimes I could smell things, but like it just feels like all of a sudden you're in this thick goo of jello that's like, I fucking hate you. Or like, I'm fucking pissed off, jello. And that's my mom's anger. Yeah. So, but sometimes there is that anger which is just inside your heart anger. And the person's sad, but they're not expressing it, they're just angry at you. But they're sad inside their heart, and they're not expressing that. They're not saying why they're sad or what makes them sad, but they're just angry. And there's so many layers to that anger. And so I don't listen to the words, because I don't think their words are connecting with their heart. Because that's the main cause of this anger, that there's no connection. The disconnectedness, I think, causes the anger. So, I don't know, anger really scares me. When people get angry, it frightens me. When I'm angry, it gets to the point where I don't get just angry. If I'm angry, if I'm upset, I start seeing like very aggressive, violent acts, and I then know that person has harmed me, and I must separate myself because I don't like aggression. But if I start seeing these aggressive acts, then I'm like, whoa, I must like move away from the situation. And that's my extreme side. I don't act on those thoughts, but and they scare me as well. I think anger is a really big thing that could be easily solved with better communication skills, like really more clear, upfront, frank discussions about everyday activities, just like having a sit down and a talk over things, about the nuances of everyday life. Those are really important to like reduce and stop or prevent anger from actually having that explosive moment. That explosive moment is very volatile and unproductive, I find. And sometimes it just like literally, like I say, like my mom with the jello, boom, and you can't do anything. And there's no communication, there's a complete shutdown. And that, I think that happens to a lot of people, like maybe not the jello effect, but like this shutdown, there's like, and it's very destructive. I really don't like anger. And yeah, just little thoughts about it. I don't like fighting. I don't like anger. I just wish there was more clear, open, honest communication in life. Thanks.